Blue collar, white collar, black professors, white scholars, politicians, Dalai Lamas. Everybody in the whole wide world need hope if I be honest. I'm in that number.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Rob Report. I'm your host, Robert BOBTV Brown, where my motto is we don't take sides, baby. We take over. Today I want to talk about something important because it is it is just me. I really believe that the Democratic Party has a strategy to infiltrate Bernie Sanders' so-called revolution and destroy it. It seemed like to me that the Democratic Party may be implanting people in the so-called progressive movement in the Democratic Party to sabotage that movement. And one of the ways I see that is anytime, let me say this, you are not a progressive if you're going to vote for crooks. Known crooks, known connivers, known schemers, known snakes. If you're going to support them, if you're going to campaign for them, if you're going to go out with them, then you're not a progressive. True progressive is all about the cause of the people. They will sell out to the people. It is not party neutral. It is all about the people. And right now, we got so-called progressive in the Democratic Party that are supporting corporatists, known scandalous crooks in the party, all because they want to make sure there's a scoreboard for Team Dem. People who I had a little hope for, who disappointed me. Now, let me go back and I'll let you know what my strategy was in these upcoming elections. My strategy was this. Ultimately, I'm a green voter, okay? I vote green most of the time, okay? And I still gonna vote green, okay? But, and I don't have to sign up for the Green Party in order to do that in the general election. But I re-signed up for the Democratic Party temporarily to vote to get some of these old school people out of office. So I checked people's records, I checked their background, I made some sacrifice of really taking time out to get to know the person and see whether I want this person to be in office over a person who's been in office for a long time and ain't never did crap for you and never gonna do nothing for you. So I took my risk in voting for a challenger. One of the reasons why I pushed the challenger, because I want that challenger to pull that person in the Democratic Party to the left as far as they could. Ocasio did it. Cynthia Nixon did it. A few other people did it. I guess Gilliam did it. And some was successful. Most was not. Okay? But it still was the strategy was to get rid of some of these people who are just stale and dead and not doing nothing. They just need to be out of office. I'd rather have some fresh meat in office than old, stale, dead meat that's not going to do nothing with you. Because at least there's some glimmer of hope that they're going to do the right thing. There was no hope in the Nancy Pelosi. There's no hope in the Claire McCaskill. There's no hope in the Barbara Boxer. There's no hope in the Cory Booker. There's no hope in Kamala Harris. There's no hope. Because you look at their record, they will stab you in the back over and over and over again. So I wanted to, in the primaries, push them out of office and put some so-called progressive grassroots people in the forefront of the Democratic Party. Now, don't get me wrong. This is my strategy because I can vote for whoever the heck I want in the general election. My job is to remove who I want out of office in the primary and replace them. I couldn't replace them just sitting on the sidelines and bickering and complaining. I just couldn't do it. So I will at least put forth my effort to put somebody in office to win that primary that has a glimmer of hope of change. Now, what happens after that? It comes to the general. Well, the bottom line is, baby, I ain't voting for no crooks. I'm not voting for no schemers, no con artists. And when I smell you being that way, you don't have to even, if you just smell like that, if you look like that, you're not getting my vote. Cuomo is not getting my vote. I'm voting green. And I live in New York. And I do some business in New York. But he's a known conniver and schemer. Anytime you put out a letter say, don't vote for the homo, vote for Cuomo, that's scandalous. Anytime you put out a letter making a woman an anti-Semitic, that is scandalous. Anytime Bernie Sanders, who's supposed to be the leader of the revolution, go out and back you. Anytime Tom Perez, who is supposed to be a DNC, run the DNC, who's going to take sides, that's scandalous. Anytime people get voted, pushed off the rolls and things like that, that's scandalous. I am not voting for any crooked politicians ever. I don't believe in the lesser of the two evil philosophy. That is a problem that's killing this country. I'm going to always vote for the greater good, whether they got a chance in hell or heaven. So, no, I'm not voting for Cuomo because I don't trust that dude. I'm not. Well, you gotta, but we might get a Republican office. First of all, New York is blue state. Cuomo's winning anyway. I knew Cuomo was going to beat Cynthia Nixon. But I thought this was a good strategy for Cynthia Nixon to pull him to the left and to help deal with this IDC. He's just a little slicker. Donald Trump is just too much out there off the wall. You can handle a crazy person. Just grab him and hold him and tie him up. But a person who you don't know is crazy, that's really crazy on the inside, that's the one you need to watch out for. So my strategy was good. Get out the old school Democrat. And when it comes to the general, I'm going to vote for whoever has the will of the people. And the will of the people has always been in the Green Party. Gilliam, we didn't need you to start hanging with Cory Booker. All right, you don't need to campaign for corporatists. You don't need to campaign to somebody who sold out to the pharmaceutical industry. This is going to take votes away from you, man, because we're looking for real deal people, driven politicians. Politicians who are driven by the people, not the corporate interests. And definitely not hanging out with sucker sellouts like Cory Booker. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you, Ocasio? But then again, you got those positions, and now you want to win that race. You're losing votes by affiliating with yourself with other Democrats, especially Democrats that are corporatists, sucker sellouts, sold out to the pharmaceutical industry, suck up to the high donor, and suck up to the elite, suck up to the establishment class of the Democratic Party. And then you want to blame it on the voters. There wasn't voter turnout, or people decide to vote independent, they decide to vote green. People can vote for whoever crap they want. You don't own nobody vote. And people are smart enough not to slut vote, going D all down, voting for a slate. Nobody's doing that. You got to prove yourself to the people on the grassroots who got you over the top. Democrats going to our revolution, going to brand new Congress, going to Justice Democrats, acting like they want to start off at the grassroots, acting like they're Bernie-crats, acting like they're progressives, when deep down inside they're imposters. And once they get in office, they're going to turn their back on you, stab you in the back. So I say you keep focusing. There can never be a revolution within the Democratic Party. There can never be a revolution within the Republican Party. The only revolution that can really take place cannot be within the party. It cannot be in the Green Party. It cannot be in the Democratic Socialist Party. It can't be in a party. It got to be outside of parties. True revolutions. A true revolution said people in every party are fed up. They decide to detach themselves from that party, and they come together as a voting bloc and vote for who they believe have their heart and have their mind and have their best intentions and push them. Bernie Sanders was supposed to be that one, but he gave up his own revolution for the fear of Trump. Punking out. Oh, I'm scared. Trump's going to win. I need to think about America and my future. That's called a punk. You caved in because of fear. When you could have started a real revolution because people outside of the two-party system was well ready to roll with you, the independent, who is non-affiliated. In order to have a real revolution and change the face of the world, it got to take place outside the Democratic Party, outside the Republican Party, outside of any party. And sure, you rally around a platform like the Green Party or Bernie Sanders' old platform, Green Party more better. You rally around a platform, but you take off the hats and you come together as a voting bloc, and that's the only way we're going to change America. Just going green ain't enough. I love the Green Party, but it's not enough. Just joining the Democratic is not enough. Just joining the Republican. Joining parties is what's killing this. Sure, you can support your party. Me, I don't support Democrats. I'm supporting the Green Party. But I realize the true revolution is not going to take place unless it's done outside the party system. When all parties, people in the parties get fed up, tell parties to kiss their behind, come together as one, and vote as a bloc. Now, sure, you can call it a new party, but no, it's not a party. It's people who are fed up that decide to come in the bloc and put people in office. That's what Dr. Martin Luther King did. It wasn't about party. It was about a movement. And they put people in office who were going to cater toward that movement. And you got to put people in office who are going to cater toward your movement. That platform should be your movement. $15 an hour plus minimum wage with increases based on inflation and based on cost of living. No cost health care, none. No cost education, none. Tackling homelessness, dealing with our veterans. I can go on and on and on. But we got these punk politicians who know their corporate is deep inside, know they're willing to play the game, know they know very well that if they get elected, they're going to be kissing up to the establishment. You are greater than the establishment. The establishment is dead and dying out and is about to die. And for you to attach yourself to them makes you the same. I really believe that the Democratic Party is infiltrating Justice Democrats, brand new Congress, and our revolution. You got people who are going to say that they're progressive for the grassroots, going to carry on a progressive platform, which is not party neutral, or that's party neutral, a platform that's just going to care for people, not a party affiliated platform. Not a party affiliated platform. Right now, people are showing their colors. Carsey is showing their colors. Gilliam showing their colors. You're losing votes like that, man. Are you a progressive or are you a phony? A fake, a fraud? Because that's why I see Bernie Sanders when he gave up the revolution to kiss the ring in the behind of the Hillary Clinton and the Democratic Party. He's still kissing the ring in the behind of the Democratic Party to this day. When the real revolutionary, it ain't about party. It's about taking over. I'm done, man. I'm done. I mean, just to see these people do this stuff, Carsey and all this stuff, man, look, I may have helped you get in office, help you win the primary. That don't mean I'm going to help you win the general. You still got to earn my vote. And where you going right now? It doesn't matter anyway. I'm going to go green anyway. You do what you want to do. There are some great Green Party candidates in New York City that's running, and I'm going to start talking about them on this broadcast. And I'm going to support them. Will I support all Greens? No. Because I got Tish James, who's a close friend of mine, who helped me personally with a campaign I'm going to support her. So no, I'm not voting green. And yeah, she's a Democratic. She's originally was independent. She decided to run in the Democratic Party, similar to Bernie Sanders, but she's running for Attorney General. And I know from her record, she don't sell out. And if she do, I talk about her like a dog. Roof, roof. But I know what she done for me. So I'm voting for her. And there's a couple other people that's in the Democratic Party that I know here locally in New York City, like Louis Sepulveda and Ruben Diaz, that even though they may kiss up to the corporate elites, I know what they done for my community. It's about what you do for my community, man. Are you kissing up for your own self so you can go up the ladder? Or are you trying to get things done for your community? That's who I vote for. That's who I vote for. But when you turn your back on the community and start leaning toward corporatism and start leaning toward establishment and selling out to them, you ain't getting not 1 ounce of my vote or support or encouragement. Matter of fact, I'm going to be talking against you. These punk sucker sellout politicians. I like my man Tim Black. We say in spirit. I don't trust no politician. I'm looking at you with one eye like The Rock. I can't do it, but I'm looking at you with one eye like The Rock. I don't trust you, man. I don't. You have to build trust with me. And Gilliam, you got to strike against trust. Because I wasn't looking at your D. I was looking at what you done in Tallahassee because my auntie know you personally who lives in Tallahassee, and she talked great about you and what you've done in Tallahassee. Even as a Democrat. But now, with you going for governor, you kissing up the people like Cory Booker, known sucker sellout corporatists who sold out elderly people or people in general, people who are on the borderline of dying if they don't get their drugs or they making a choice to eat or get their drugs. Cory, the sellout Booker, and you smoozing with him. You're losing votes like that, and you're losing my respect, Doc. Casio. Oh, we're going to support Cuomo, even though he talk about me like a dog and talk about Bernie Sanders like a dog, and he don't give a crap about none of us, and you're going to support him. Who's more important, the movement or are you kissing up to politicians? That's why you're going to lose votes, and you're definitely not getting mine. And I'm in your district, girl. I'm voting green. I'm done. This is Rob Brown with the Rob Report. Watch out for these snakes. Watch out for these wolves in sheep's clothing. They're all in the Democratic Party, and they're trying to infiltrate so-called progressive organizations. They even going to try to infiltrate so-called progressive parties like the Green Party, or Rent Too Damn High Party, Democratic Socialist Party. They're going to infiltrate that. When they really are corporatists, they're just trying to gain, trying to put their hand on the movement, trying to join the bandwagon of a real movement of progressivism in America. Do you want to jump the bandwagon to see if you can get a vote? When all along you're trying to use us. Well, what I did in this election, I used the Democratic Party. I voted for somebody to get somebody out of office that I don't like. And just because that person is in office, don't you dare think you safe, girl. Don't you dare. Because I'll vote against you in a minute. There are other people besides you. They just don't get no traction. They just don't get to get on the news and talk all they talk. Why? Because your corporate media and your corporate party try to shun them, shame them, and not give them total access to the same amount of TV sign, same amount of opportunity that you having right now. People running the Green Party that don't get to be on CNN, that don't get to be on MSNBC, don't get to be on Fox or whatever. They can't get on nothing but the internet to try to get some kind of traction. I'll support them before I support you any day. You better get your act together, or you will lose votes and you will ultimately lose in the long run. Now, Gilliam is not a sure win. Casio's maybe a sure win, but Gilliam is not. And if Casio don't watch herself, Crowley might end up running on another ticket and beat her behind. Sucker sellout politicians, man, I can't stand them. Ugh. Hey, if you like the content, please like it, share it through all the social media platforms. If you have not subscribed, make sure you stop me right now and subscribe. Don't just subscribe, but hit the notification bell like that, a little bell. You gotta click that. That'll let you know when I'm dropping a video. Whoop, there it is. And by all means, if you want to support through Patreon, I appreciate people who appreciate the program and want to donate to the cause on BOBTV. And I'm Robert Brown with the Rob Report. Peace.